of the fastest American muscle cars of 1968 were never meant to exist the way they did. Factory rules were quietly bent, horsepower numbers were deliberately understated, and entire engines were slipped into production through loopholes manufacturers were never supposed to exploit. What looked controlled on paper became something far more aggressive on the drag strip, with quarter-mile times dropping fast enough to shake the entire industry. And in this video, we're going to cover the 5 fastest 1968 muscle cars over the quarter mile, the machines that quietly pushed beyond the limits and redefined what factory performance really meant, leaving a lasting mark on the muscle car era. No. 5. 1968 Oldsmobile Hurst Olds 455. By 1968, Oldsmobile had already built a reputation around the 442, a car that balanced comfort with real performance. But inside General Motors, a strict rule limited intermediate cars to engines no larger than 400 cubic inches. At a time when bigger engines meant faster cars, that restriction became a serious obstacle. Oldsmobile's response came through Hurst Performance, allowing the company to work outside traditional production rules and install something far more powerful. The result was the 1968 Oldsmobile Hurst Olds 455. Under the hood sat a 455 cubic inch rocket V8, officially rated at 390 horsepower and 500 lb-ft of torque. Power was delivered early, with strong low-end torque that gave the car an aggressive launch. Paired with a turbo-hydromatic 400 automatic transmission and a Hurst dual-gate shifter, it was built for straight-line performance and quick, decisive gear changes. Weighing roughly 3,900 pounds, the Hurst Olds was not a lightweight car, but its torque compensated immediately. It could reach 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 6.2 seconds, delivering a forceful push off the line that defined its character. On the drag strip, it completed the quarter mile in 13.71 seconds at approximately 102 miles per hour. Those numbers placed it firmly among the quickest factory muscle cars of its time. More importantly, they represented something deeper. This was a car that existed because engineers found a way around internal limitations. It proved that performance was no longer just about engineering. It was also about how far manufacturers were willing to push the rules, even within their own corporate structure. No. 4. 1968 Chevelle SS 39.6. Chevrolet's approach in 1968 focused on refinement rather than workaround. The redesigned Chevelle introduced a fastback body style, wider stance, and improved weight distribution. It looked more aggressive, but more importantly, it was engineered to handle power more effectively than before, giving drivers greater confidence both on the street and at the strip. At the heart of the Chevelle SS was the 396 cubic inch Turbo Jet V8. While multiple versions were available, the most serious option was the L78. This high-performance version produced a factory-rated 375 horsepower and 450 lb-ft of torque, featuring high-compression internals, a solid lifter camshaft, and improved airflow for sustained output at higher RPMs. The car weighed approximately 3,700 pounds, slightly lighter than some of its competitors, which helped it translate power into motion more efficiently. Equipped with a close-ratio 4-speed manual transmission, the Chevelle SS L78 delivered strong and consistent acceleration with precise control over power delivery. From a standstill, it could reach 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 5.8 seconds, making it one of the quicker factory cars of its class. On the quarter mile, it recorded an impressive 13.60 seconds at roughly 105 miles per hour. These numbers were not just quick, they were repeatable, showing the strength of Chevrolet's engineering approach and its focus on balanced performance. Unlike some of its rivals, the Chevelle did not rely on loopholes or external assembly. It was a fully integrated factory machine designed to perform exactly as advertised. No. 3. 1968 Ford Mustang 428 Cobra Jet. The Mustang had evolved significantly since its introduction. What began as a stylish and accessible pony car had gradually transformed into a serious performance machine. By 1967, its chassis had been strengthened to support big block engines, opening the door for a new level of power and performance potential. That power arrived in 1968 with the introduction of the 428 Cobra Jet. Officially rated at 335 horsepower and 445 lb-ft of torque, the numbers suggested strong performance, but not outright dominance. However, the reality was very different, and enthusiasts quickly began to notice. The 428 Cobra Jet was built using heavy-duty internal components derived from Ford's racing programs. It featured improved breathing, stronger internals, and a design focused on real-world performance rather than conservative ratings. Many believe the actual output was significantly higher than advertised, making it one of the most underrated engines of its time. Installed in the Mustang, the engine transformed the car completely. Weighing around 3,600 pounds, the Cobra Jet Mustang had a strong power-to-weight ratio. It could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in approximately 5.5 seconds, with a launch that felt far more aggressive than its official numbers suggested. On the drag strip, early testing revealed quarter-mile times of 13.56 seconds at over 106 miles per hour. These figures placed it ahead of many competitors, but they also raised serious questions. Because the gap between factory ratings and real-world performance was becoming impossible to ignore, and what those numbers hinted at had not yet been fully revealed, the numbers coming out of early Cobra Jet testing didn't just raise eyebrows. They exposed something deeper. A factory engine, officially rated at a modest figure, was consistently outperforming expectations on the strip. By the time more controlled tests were conducted, the results became undeniable. The 1968 Ford Mustang 428 Cobra Jet was capable of running the quarter mile in 13.56 seconds at over 106 miles per hour, with some well-prepared examples dipping even lower. Its 0 to 60 time hovered around 5.5 seconds, but what made it truly effective was how hard it pulled beyond that point. The power delivery stayed strong deep into the run, revealing that the official 335 horsepower rating was far from the complete story. Weighing roughly 3,600 pounds and often equipped with a 4-speed manual or heavy-duty automatic, the Cobra Jet Mustang combined traction, torque, and gearing in a way that made it brutally effective in real-world conditions. This wasn't just a fast Mustang. It was a calculated statement from Ford One that quietly challenged how performance was measured, advertised, and understood. And as impressive as it was, it still wasn't the quickest machine of 1968. No. 2. 1968. Dodge Charger RT426 HEMI. When Dodge introduced the second-generation Charger in 1968, it wasn't built to blend in. The long, sculpted body lines, hidden headlights, and wide stance gave it an unmistakable presence. But beneath that design was something far more serious, especially in Rye-T trim. At the center of its performance was the legendary 426 cubic-inch HEMI V8. Originally developed for NASCAR dominance, this engine was engineered with hemispherical combustion chambers, dual 4-barrel carburetors, and heavy-duty internals designed to withstand extreme stress. Officially rated at 425 horsepower and 490 lb-ft of torque, it was one of the most powerful engines ever offered in a production muscle car. The Charger RT weighed in at approximately 410 pounds, making it one of the heavier cars in this group. But the HEMI's immense torque compensated immediately. From a standstill, the car could reach 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 5.4 seconds, delivering a forceful, relentless surge of acceleration. On the drag strip, the results were just as commanding. Period tests recorded quarter-mile times of 13.5 seconds at roughly 105 miles per hour. For a full-size car carrying both luxury and weight, those numbers were a clear indication of its capability. But the true impact of the 426 HEMI went beyond raw performance. It forced competitors to respond. It raised expectations, and it brought increased attention from regulators and insurance companies who began to recognize just how fast these factory-built machines were becoming. No. 1. 1968 Mercury Cougar XR-7 GTE 428 Cobra Jet. At first glance, the Mercury Cougar was often seen as a more refined alternative to the Mustang. Introduced in 1967, it featured a longer wheelbase, a quieter cabin, and a more upscale interior. It was positioned as a luxury-oriented pony car designed to appeal to a different type of buyer. But in 1968, Mercury changed that perception. Midway through the year, the Cougar XR-7 GTE package was introduced, combining upscale features with serious performance intent. Under the hood sat the same 428 Cobra Jet engine found in the Mustang, officially rated at 335 horsepower and 445 lb-ft of torque. But just like in the Mustang, those numbers did not reflect the engine's true capability. Despite weighing around 3,900 pounds and carrying additional luxury equipment, the Cougar XR-7 GTE delivered performance that few expected. It could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in approximately 5.3 seconds, combining smooth power delivery with strong mid-range pull and surprising top-end strength. On the drag strip, the results were decisive. Independent testing recorded a quarter-mile time of 13.23 seconds at just over 103 miles per hour. That single run placed it ahead of every other factory muscle car tested that year. What made this result so significant was the contrast. The Cougar was not marketed as a pure performance machine. It was designed to be refined, composed, and comfortable. And yet, when pushed, it outperformed some of the most aggressive muscle cars of its time. That outcome highlighted a deeper reality. By 1968, the muscle car war had reached a point where official ratings no longer told the full story. Real performance existed beneath the surface, hidden within engines that were far more capable than manufacturers were willing to admit. These cars didn't just compete. They exposed the limits of regulation, challenged internal policies, and redefined what factory performance could achieve in a single quarter-mile run. Today, their legacy remains unchanged. The 1968 muscle cars represent a moment when engineering, competition, and ambition collided at full force. They continue to define the peak of an era where performance was pushed as far as possible, sometimes beyond what was officially allowed. If you value this level of detail and want more deep, fact-driven automotive stories, make sure to like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, share it with other enthusiasts, and subscribe for more content that uncovers the real history behind performance machines.